Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to our webcast today, Family Cruising in the Caribbean aboard Royal Caribbean. My name is Brian Murray, the Director of Travel here at AAA, and I'm delighted you're spending time with us this afternoon. You know, this COVID-19 pandemic has hit the world so hard, and one of those areas is the travel industry. There have been many disappointed travelers whose spring and summer vacations have either been canceled or postponed, but we're resilient and we'll get through this pause together. What we want to do today is share some great information about travel, and while we aren't just ready to travel yet, we want to help you dream about your next vacation and inspire you to think about all the possibilities. I want to share with you that you're on listen-only mode. However, if you do have any questions, please feel free to type them in the question box, and we'll be happy to entertain them at the end of the program. If we don't get to your question, no worries. We'll reach out to everyone after the program and address all your questions. I also want to offer to all the participants on the webcast a special offer from AAA of a $50 savings per booking on sailings up to 6 nights and $100 savings on booking 7 nights or more if you book by the 22nd of May. So again, we want to help you dream and inspire you to get traveling again. So let's get going. I'd like to welcome Susan Prinzing, Strategic Account Manager for Royal Caribbean. Susan, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I am thrilled to be talking about our product and the Caribbean, and especially with all this gray. It's certainly nice to be thinking about some gorgeous blue water and just to be out and about again. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of, just being in that dream mode and that thought of, when we can be out and traveling, let's think about where we want to go. And there are so many beautiful places to take you to. So without further ado, we'll get the PowerPoint started, and today we will be focusing on family cruising and cruising in the Caribbean, which is our focus. Just bear with me 1 second as my computer seems to be in freeze mode, so bear with me just one moment. Let's see here. Okay, I might have Marissa see if she can. Oh, here we go. All right. Now my computer's awake. Good. All right. So, Royal Caribbean, of course, it's it's a household name. People are familiar with our company and our brand. And so when you look at, in terms of where we are as a company, we started in 1969, and we have really just grown our presence around the globe and the world. And we're so proud of the fact that consistently, year after year, we have been named consecutive best cruise line in the Caribbean. So just bear with me a little bit. My computer is just, doing its own thing right now. We just tested it, and now it's, there we go. All right. We will get there. It's like live television. Okay. So altogether, knowing that, Caribbean is in our name, we have 37 ports of call. We have 10 Caribbean home ports. And for us, it's really important because we know that it's not, not everybody wants to fly. So the fact that you can sail year round out of Baltimore or year-round out of Bayonne, New Jersey, seasonally out of Boston, Massachusetts. That's really important to give those options, to literally bring the ships closer to people. And then in terms of our brand, the Royal Caribbean there's so many exciting features about who we are. And certainly, if you were to ask different people and just kind of, just do a poll and think about what is it that you loved most about your cruise. People will mention, just a different entertainment on board, the different types of shows, our activities, the choices of dining. And I think that's what hopefully you'll walk away with today, is just noticing how many choices we do offer in terms of if you just want to take it, quiet and relaxing and want to go to the spa or read a book, look at the water, that's one option. If you want something to do all the time, we absolutely deliver that product and give you that choice. Options for nightlife, and certainly tons of things for your kids and your teens and your little ones. We don't want them bored. So we have an amazing Adventure Ocean Youth Program. So it's a myriad of choices. If you want, a balcony stateroom, maybe you want a suite. We have all of that. And then I love all of our private destinations, and we'll talk about more at the end of our PowerPoint. But just amazing service and great energy. And it's a lot of fun to be on board. And that's, I love that we can kind of take people out of reality and they can relax and they can create these fun memories with their loved ones. And today we're really going to center on the family, and family meaning, could be all your grown kids and adults and grandparents. It could be little ones. It could be, we are such a great multi-generational product. So this shot to me is it's just so fun because this is truly the pinnacle of what we can deliver in terms of entertainment. So as far as onboard shows and activities, like this picture that you're looking at is our aqua theater. So imagine you've got high divers, you've got synchronized swimmers, you've got acrobats, you've got aerialists. I mean, it really is. I even love watching them practice. It's just such a beautiful and exciting show to look at. And then on the right-hand side, where you see all that rock, that's our rock climbing wall. And that is, really kind of put us on the map in terms of these activities to do on board. Like whoever thought about rock climbing. And so we just kind of have built up our entertainment from there. The other thing we do, so we have a ship out of Bayonne, New Jersey, the Anthem of the Seas, and it's in a class of ships called the Quantum class. And these have different features, and one of them is we have the Ripcord by iFly. So you can go skydiving. So you take this class with an instructor, and the instructor is with you in this capsule, and then you get up to about 30 seconds or more or less, to be skydiving by yourself. So great picture opportunity there. Now the North Star, again, on the Anthem out of Bayonne, we have this beautiful North Star, this arm that goes up way in the sky, and it's about a 20-minute experience. There's no charge for it, and it allows you to literally elevate your experience, to see the Caribbean, to see Alaska. We have a sister ship that is in Alaska out of Seattle. And it just, allows you to take these great photos, sunset, just an incredible aerial view. So something different, we haven't thought of before, so we brought that on board the ship. And then inside the ship, we have this multi-functional, we call it the Seaplex. And so we literally have bumper cars. We have 30 bumper cars that we can use in this space. We have a DJ, so imagine you've got great music to listen to. During the day when we're not having to set up for bumper cars, we can use it as a basketball court. We have apparatus that is retracts into the ceiling, but we can have it come down and we can set up the circus school. So we can have, the harnesses, you can be flipping. The families love it. The kids have a great time. And then we also, didn't know if I just mentioned this, but we can do roller skating. So that's the other thing. So you can use this space for roller skating, bumper cars, and it's just really fun to walk through this area and just to hear all the laughter and people just, they're just enjoying themselves. So you don't know how many years it's been since they've been in a bumper car. And then another thing we're kind of known for are the ziplining opportunities in our ports of call, like our private islands of Labadee and Haiti. But we also feature that on board as well. So if you've never ziplined, maybe a cruise with Royal Caribbean is a place to try that. And then the ultimate abyss. So the ships that we've been bringing out for the past couple of years, like the Symphony and the Harmony and the Oasis and the Allure, so we've been enhancing the onboard experiences, and we've incorporated this 10-story slide. It's called the Ultimate Abyss. So it's not a water slide. It's a dry slide. You kind of sit in this little sack, if you will. And again, you hear people howling and laughing and screaming. And it's just, I think when you're on board our ships, you just you get to be that kid again, and you just get to do stuff and relax and laugh and unwind. And again, and if you want to take it real, relaxing and slow, there are quiet areas, there are serene. There's just, again, it just comes down to that choice. And for a family or a group of friends, it's really nice to have one product where you have choices, be it for dining or for entertainment, the type of stateroom that you have. So it's not one, cookie cutter, mold, if you will. Now, the perfect storm. So the past couple of years, we have been incorporating water slides and enhancing our ships with that feature. So the perfect storm are these two water slides that kind of intertwine. And if you had like two friends or two family members, they can kind of race each other, if you can imagine. So we have like the hurricane and the cyclone. So these two fun water slides that, just been really popular. So we've been every year, we've been incorporating a couple of our ships and adding these water slides, even our 3 and 4 day cruises. These are ships that we've had in our fleet for a while, and it's exciting to see us really investing in the product. So it's not always the newest ships that are amazing, it's all of our ships in our fleet that are really amazing. This is called the Tidal Wave, and it's unique to our ship, the Liberty of the Seas. So that's been in Texas. We have a port of Galveston, Texas. And so this was a water slide that it kind of almost looks like a slingshot. So that's something different that we tested on board, and we have on the Liberty of the Seas. And then our surf simulators. So some ships have 2 surf simulators, and some have 1. And if you have teens that are on board, a lot of times we'll do a special dedicated teen time where they can learn how to surf, and, they have the 2 instructors, and they'll get you, sitting down or on your knees, and then they'll kind of work with your skill level. And then there's a little bleacher area. So if you want to watch and just kind of, see your family and friends have their fun, there's plenty of space to do that and sit and watch. All right, so the Royal Promenade. So on board our ships, this is kind of like our living room or our main hub of gathering. It's, if your idea of fun is just to go window shopping and check out our specialty shops, depending on the ship, we have Michael Kors on board. We have a Kate Spade. So we have different, we have a Coach shop on some of our ships. So it's just, it's a fun purchase, or if you just want to take a look, it's always nice to browse. If you're in the mood for a quick slice of pizza or a salad, we have our Sorrento's, which is a complimentary quick bite eating venue. We have a Rising Tide bar on some of our ships, so you can go up. It makes stops on each of the different deck levels. So just kind of like innovative ways to just, when you're on board our space, to just kind of give you that, wow, this is really cool kind of feeling. All right, now, for those that are traveling with little ones and teenagers, what I really am proud of and love about our brand is that we do have dedicated spaces for all those different age groups. And we have so many activities and places for them to meet new friends and have fun and just, not have to worry about, oh, my kids are going to be bored. Is there going to be enough to do? So we have everything from arcade games. When we are not doing ice skating shows, we can put a floor down and we can create that space so it's set up as laser tag. And so there's no charge for that at all. We have special children's menus. And then we also, we do have the water slides for, grade school kids and on up and for adults, but we also have an area on the deck where the pool is just for the little ones, so they can get splashed and sprayed and go down their little water slide. So this is just a snapshot of how we really break out the different age groups. So literally from 6 months all the way up to 17, and you think, oh my gosh, are these all different age groups all going to be together? And no, we actually have even the teen area. That's in a separate area of the ship, away from, the adventure zone area where you've got the, 5-year-olds and 8-year-olds and 11-year-olds. So you can tell we break out the different age groups, and they're doing everything from teens might be doing, a yoga class, or they might have a game with the different activities staff about who knows this app better, or, sometimes we'll have a dodgeball game, and that usually gets the kids going so they can, meet one another and introduce one another. I am always fascinated, like, how do you get that teen age group to want to partake in any kind of, structured activity? But they have really cool options, like even our DJ on board. He'll come down, or she will come down and teach teens, how do you spin records? Like, how do you, stuff that they would think is very cool and stuff that they'd want to learn about. And then also, we were the first cruise line to be autism certified. So we have a toy lending program. We have an area where the families can go and watch movies. And if the kids, want to yell out or anything, they don't have to, worry about impacting or, disrupting anybody else's experience. And then we also send out a booklet right at the very beginning, because structure is so important. And certainly going on a cruise for anyone takes you out of your normal day-to-day structure. And so this booklet really walks you through, what day one will look like, what will our cabin have in it, what will our port of call, what will that look like, that beach day. So we've partnered with a great agency in Connecticut that strictly works with that autism group. And so they've really worked hard with us to incorporate a program on aboard all of our ships. And then again, as I mentioned, we've got separate teen areas in different locations on the ship. So they have their space to hang and to listen to music, to play games. And, sometimes they've even done like a prom night. They do like really fun themed events for them. So, and I talked about the little ones. So this is what Splashaway Bay looks like. So you've got your fun buckets that'll, spray water or dump water on you. It's got a shallow end. So, the families can walk in the water with their little ones. They have little water slides. So that's been a big hit, truly. And then in terms of the entertainment. So when you think about Royal Caribbean, because I know one of the questions that I get asked at trade shows to consumers, and I know AAA, those agents are getting asked the same question. I've never cruised. So how are we different from other brands that are advertised on television? What makes Royal Caribbean, unique? How do you separate it? And so we definitely are known for our quality of the product, of the onboard experience. I would say our ships are so innovative, hands down. The entertainment and the hardware that we have on the water is head and shoulders above our competition. So there's this great energy on board, the way the ships come to life when the music gets going and the interaction with our crew. We are very uniquely positioned in that, and we have incredible service. We're consistent. We really have very consistent product that people want to come back again and again. And I think just all around, the daytime activities and then how that, meshes into the evening. There's just a lot of, quality overall with choices and places to sit, people watch, and also to enjoy some incredible entertainment. So I know this is a lot of visuals, but what this slide actually is showing in the last 4.5 years, these are all the shows, some of them original, and some of them we have partnered with Broadway, for instance, and we have Broadway shows, even from the West End in London. We have We Will Rock You, which is all the music of Freddie Mercury and Queen. We have Grease and Hairspray, in addition to Spectre's Cabaret and Ice Skate. So these are original ice skating shows, aqua theater, water shows, and original shows right in the main show lounge. So what this is showing you, I know you might be thinking, well, this looks like this is, Royal Caribbean headquarters, or this is land. This actually is our facility that we have just for our singers, dancers, all of our entertainers. So I thought it was just fun to kind of see all the behind the scenes, kind of, if you will, pull the curtain away and see how we put these shows together. So there's massive amounts of square feet, 14 dance studios. So before, when we hire an entertainer, they're going to our Florida studios, and there's everything from all the vocal rehearsal rooms. We have 2 training rooms just for our aerialists. So we have incredible acrobats, and there's 1,500 artists every year that are coming through this building. And sometimes too, when you're leaving one ship and you're learning a new show for a different ship, so you'll learn all of that. They replicate the stage area. So once they get on the ship, it's not new to them. They're very familiar with all of that. So I thought this was fun. Our vice president of entertainment put this slide together, and he said, I'm sure, we hold auditions all over. And for instance, on the Oasis, we have the Broadway show Cats. And so that entertainment, that a body of actors and singers and dancers were all hired specifically for that ship, for that show. So I thought it was fun to see, on our fleet of ships, we have 45 different casts. 7 of our ships have Broadway shows. We have, on any given night, 105,000 people enjoying our music, our singing, our dancing. And I thought it was really cool to see that, on board our ships, on some of the shows, our original productions, we're using like BMX bikes. It mentions the aerialists. There's just amazing choreography and just so much that people just really enjoy it. And, the thing that always blows my mind is that we are offering these shows and there's no charge. So when you think of seeing an amazing production of Mamma Mia on the Allure, and you didn't have to pay a cent, and knowing that that cast was hired for that production based on the needs of that show. So in terms of our shows, so the top left, you're seeing, outside of Las Vegas, these are the largest entertainment show lounges that are out there. We have our aqua shows. So this is our aqua theater that has 2 different levels of high dive platforms. We have a stage area that can drop 30 feet to facilitate our synchronized swimmers. We have ice skating shows. And then on certain ships, we have amazing technology with these LED screens that can transform what looks like windows during the day. There are these amazing screens that can transform into a forest or look like a 1930s backdrop of a Busby Berkeley famous show. So there's a lot of different choices, and it's really fun to know that, if you don't want to stay for the whole show, no problem. Like, these are all complimentary. You can check out a show. You can, meander and see what's going on in other lounges. And again, it's remarkable. This is, to me, such a fun shot of really speaks to our energy. This is a visual from one of our aqua theater shows. So right now, this stage that you're looking at, this is the body of water. We can drop this 30 feet because there are times in the performance that we'll use synchronized swimmers. So it's really cool to see how this stage elevates. So they can be tap dancing, they can be, doing cartwheels, they can be having fun like they are here, and they can just, in that space, really create a lot of different stunning visuals. So Columbus, Return to the Caribbean, is one of our original productions that our cast has just really made its own, and it's a great comedy for the family. Wonderful costumes and set design, great songs, and just a funny story about Columbus returning back to the Caribbean. Flight, Dare to Dream. This actually is a show that we debuted when the symphony came out, and it has been so popular that people have gone back to the ship because they wanted to see it again. So in the top left, you'll see a picture. It's a replica of the Wright brothers airplane. And we actually, at the end of the show, this airplane goes over the audience. It really is just this musical that celebrates all the different aspects of flight and how we started and how we've evolved. And we worked with an actual space astronaut that helped us kind of recreate, the inside of what a space station would look like in the zero gravity. So, but the costumes they're exquisite, and the show is just really, really well received. So I mentioned we have some Broadway shows. So depending on the ship, you might be looking at and watching Saturday Night Fever, Hairspray, Mamma Mia, Grease. I mentioned We Will Rock You is on the anthem, and that's the music of Queen. So again, some of my favorite things to do, like during the day as well as night, we'll have ice skating shows in our Studio B. So this happens to be one of our shows, 1977, and so it's a lot of fun, and there are athletes from all over the world that audition to work on our performances. And then aside from shows, maybe that's not your thing. So we have wonderful live music venues, whether you want to listen to salsa, merengue music, or you want more dance music from the 70s. Incredible. We have over 21 bars and lounges on board. If you're thinking of a really fun themed party time, I highly encourage you to consider traveling on one of our, Halloween or Christmas, or certainly New Year's. We do a brilliant job of bringing in the holidays. And then outside of Vegas, again, with the size of our ships, we have amazing casinos. And if you want to learn how to play, we have free casino lessons. So on the Symphony of the Seas, this is just one of our ships that has ice skating shows. And so what's nice is that during the day, if we are not running a show, we can put a floor down and we can set up the space. So it's a glow-in-the-dark laser tag for kids, adults alike, no charge there. And then talking about choices, so for dining, we have, of course, a main dining lounge, and we give the options of set dining times, which makes it really nice if you have like a big group and you all want to make sure your tables are together, you're eating at the same time. So it could be maybe a 5:30 or 6 o'clock early time, and then late dining might be around 8 o'clock. We also give the option of my time dining, and that is you have the option. If you want to eat at 5:45 tonight with a table for two, tomorrow night, maybe you meet some friends and you want to eat together, maybe at 7:30. So it allows you to go when you want. It's on your time, so you can go to the dining room. And then the other thing we do for families is we have a family my time. So it allows you to go to dinner at 6 o'clock, and then the kids get their meal expedited. So within 45 minutes, their meal is done. The Adventure Ocean Youth staff waiting for them at the doors to kind of take them to have their fun activities for the evening. And then the rest of the table gets to enjoy their meal at leisure. So in addition to the dining, of course, there's other choices. If you didn't want to go to the dining room, you could go to different complimentary venues. Like if you felt like Italian, you can go to Sorrento's and grab a calzone or a slice of pizza. We have Mexican. We have our tacos and a Loco Fresh, which is it's such a yummy Mexican venue by the pool area. But we can do in-suite dining for our suites. We have a la carte options. So if you go to sushi, if you feel like that, whatever you order off the menu is what you'll pay. So you're not paying a cover charge. And then we do have restaurants that are cover charge, like our incredible Chops Grill Steakhouse. We have an Italian restaurant. Some of our ships, we have a Jamie Oliver's Italian restaurant. So again, lots of options if you don't feel like sitting down for dinner in the main dining room. So I also mentioned there are different ships have other complimentary venues, like we have the Dog House, which you can get a complimentary hot dog with any kind of topping you can imagine. We do have a casual dining venue called the Windjammer. So that's open breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So if you wanted to get, something quick throughout the day and night, that's available. And then I know people are always interested, we want to have our favorite beverages. So we do have beverage packages, and I always recommend if you're going to get them, purchase them ahead of time. We always are running sales and discounts, but we basically have a deluxe package of alcoholic and non-alcoholic. And just to give you a ballpark, so that's going to run about $65 a day. We have a non-alcoholic with water and soda and shakes and lattes and espresso drinks. That runs about $35 a day. We have a soda package that runs about $10 a day. And then we also have a bottled water package. You can get 12 bottles or 24 bottles delivered to your stateroom. And as mentioned, if you order ahead of time, typically it's 20% off for the beverage package. And then you can even check with AAA because throughout the year, we run deeper discounts. So we might say, all right, for the next 6 months of sailings, we're going to have drink packages 40% off. So those are the kinds of nuggets of information that your AAA favorite agent can reach out to myself and to our team in Miami and find that information for you. And then we all know how, especially these days, we all do want to stay connected and we want to share those photos on social media. And so the question of how do I stay connected when I'm on board? And so we do have internet packages. And again, like any other package, I would say if you're going to buy it, do it before you cruise because we do offer 30% discount on that. But just to give you a ballpark range, about $17 a day for the internet package per person. All right, so what I love about this shot of this accommodation, it really shows you how we have evolved from the 70s and 80s of cruising. And if you didn't see the water, you might think that this suite is, a hip loft somewhere in a very cosmopolitan area. But this is one of our largest suites, our royal suite, and it's got, a front, a side, an upstairs balcony. It's amazing. And so again, I go back to that choice word. We give you the option if you want a room with a balcony. Sometimes we have ships with balconies that overlook the promenade or overlook different neighborhoods like Central Park. or a boardwalk neighborhood. Some folks might say, it doesn't matter where I am because I want to be out and about. So some will offer or will look at a room maybe with just a window, or so there's, again, depending on how important where your room is located, what type of setup you want, a balcony, a window, or maybe it doesn't matter. So you're going to go with the inside. We have all those different price points. And then if you are thinking, oh my gosh, I'd love to pamper myself, maybe this is a birthday cruise, or this is an anniversary, or, we just want to really celebrate, or we want to just have space. We want to enjoy and really feel like we're just, nice, intimate, but yet we have plenty of space to enjoy. So we have all different sizes of junior suites and regular suites. And then I would say about 10 years ago, we started evolving this concept of the suite to have an upstairs and a downstairs. So we have loft suites. So again, incorporating more space to give you walk-in closets, and there's like a half bath downstairs, and there's multiple bathrooms and lots of lounging areas to enjoy, and of course your gorgeous private verandas to take in the lazy days of vacation. And then with the ample space and just the beauty of your suite, we also incorporate additional amenities. So right off the bat, these mattresses are pillow top mattresses. They have wonderful amenities. We use the brand L'Occitane. And then we also, as you get into the higher categories of suites, our top tier of suites has, we call it a Royal Genie, which is a butler. And we have included specialty dining, so that is free. The internet packages are free. The beverage package is free. Gratuities are included. So yeah, as you are thinking about what type of accommodation you might like, certainly I think having more space and being able to spread out and is going to be, even more important going forward in the future. All right, so just to kind of really kind of talk about where we cruise. Of course, Caribbean is in our name, and people associate that. But it is, when you really think about it, we cover everywhere, even Australia, Dubai, all areas of Europe, Alaska. So we are certainly globe trotters. But of course, no one knows the Caribbean better than we do. And so when you think of Caribbean home ports, I mentioned it was so important for us to have a home port presence in the Northeast. So year-round, you can cruise out of Bayonne or Baltimore. In the summertime, you can cruise to the Bahamas from Boston. And then in addition to all areas of Florida, we do sail from San Juan and Texas. So when you think about the regions of the Caribbean, it's interesting. You've got, consider Bahamas and Bermuda. That is so key for our departures out of the Northeast, because in 5 days you can get to Bermuda. You can do a nice Bahama experience in 7 days. And then you kind of segment into different sections. Western Caribbean, which is more Mexico and Jamaica. You have your Virgin and British Islands in the Eastern Caribbean. And then the Sweetheart, my favorite island out of San Juan in the Southern Caribbean. So again, just to kind of, give you an idea. And if you've never cruised, gosh, I've been doing this for 20 years. And someone, I remember telling me at an agency when I was doing a consumer night, the owner stood up and he said, you can't make a bad choice in the Caribbean, especially coming from the Northeast. We have so many great days. And when you see that water and you see the beauty of the aquas and the teals and just shines. It's just really beautiful. So the Western Caribbean is really known for a lot of water sports activities, climbing Dunn's River Falls in Jamaica. But think of this as your historical, Mayan ruins, Labadee, Haiti, Belize, Grand Cayman. So we have, all those islands, what we consider Western Caribbean. And you could do that in a 5-day cruise, certainly a 7-day cruise. We have a private island in Haiti. So that's our little private oasis just for Royal Caribbean on your Western Caribbean cruise, and also some of our Bahama itineraries. And then, so if you're thinking of British Virgin Islands, U.S. Virgin Islands, our Eastern Caribbean. So that would be your St. Thomas, St. Martin, Tortola, and if you're at all, interested in doing some really great shopping, those are some great islands for some beautiful jewelry as well. And then Southern Caribbean. So if you are thinking about, I'd love to see St. Kitts or get to Grenada or Martinique or Antigua. So this is where you would look at our Southern Caribbean out of San Juan. And what I like about this itinerary, especially if you've never cruised before, is that it's very land intensive. So if you're not sure how you're going to acclimate to being on the water, you can catch so many ports because, again, the ship doesn't have to sail very far to get to these gorgeous islands. So Bahamas and Bermuda, so near and dear to me because I know our ships that leave out of Bayonne, New Jersey. This is where they're headed. So a lot of what I sell are to this section of the Bahamas and Caribbean. And then also want to point out, because we're highlighting families. So if you were sailing out of Port Canaveral, so you fly into Orlando and you want to sail from there, we can arrange a cruise and a land package. So if you were looking at a 3 or 4 day cruise, you could add 3 or 4 days on land at Universal. So it's seamless. We incorporate all the transfers from the airport to the park, to the ship, back to the airport. And then we even do early park admission to like Harry Potter's Wizarding World. We have, our Universal Express Pass, that's all included. So if you're interested, please, mention that to your AAA, to your favorite AAA specialist, and they can get you all set up with a great land and cruise package. All right, so I'm winding down. I want to save the best for last, our number one highest rated destination from all of our guests. And this is our birthday month. It's been a year since we opened up Perfect Day at Coco Cay. We've always gone to this private island, but we really enhanced it and just took it off the charts. This is game changing. So the first thing you'll notice is the ship is docked. This was a port that we had to tender. And because we had to tender, believe it or not, it would get very windy. And sometimes we couldn't make it to Coco Cay. And it was predominantly just a wonderful beach day for us. But we decided we need to build a dock. And we also, in addition to building the dock, we want to just elevate this experience. So what you're looking at is once you get off the ship, you'd be walking on this dock, or we have constant tram service that's complimentary that goes all over the island. You have steel drum bands, your Junkanoo dancers that are greeting you when you get to the island. And then what you're looking at here, so we like to say you can either chill or you thrill or you can do both. So all of the wording that is blue, so it's in teal or, royal blue, that's all complimentary. So the food on the island is complimentary. We have wonderful beach areas, kids areas, they're complimentary. And then we have the Thrill Water Park, which I'll show you some pictures of. It is so amazing. And there is an entrance fee for that. So to give you an idea, ballpark, it's around $65 for 8 hours. Now, I will tell you, in a slower season, when kids are back in school and it's, not as a popular time to travel, I've seen the park pass for the water park down to $40. It's just an 8-hour pass. But it can range, so it all depends on, supply and demand with that. But let's just kind of dive a little deeper so you can see some visuals. So if you want to chill out, the picture on the left is the largest freshwater pool in all of the Caribbean. You've got a swim-up bar, it's got great music, and you have lots of beaches to enjoy. So this is another amazing shot. Look at that. The people are sitting down in the pool. The pool is not even 4 feet deep, so it goes from 0 to 3 feet 9 like 3 feet 9 inches. So sometimes I just like to walk around, and there's all these different places where you can sit in the water. Plenty of shaded area. You never have to worry about, I'm going to find a spot to get an umbrella chair. There's plenty of that. We do have the Cocoa Beach Club, and that opened up in January. So we have over-the-water cabanas. We have a special restaurant. So this is really an opportunity to spread out and have ample space. This is its own little special area with its own restaurant and infinity pool. There is an admission fee of $100 to just park yourself there for the day, but it is out of this world. The restaurant has, elevated food options. You've got these over-the-water cabanas, and I'll drill down a little more so you can see inside. These cabanas would accommodate up to 8 people. So you've got, your fully stocked mini bar and a sink. You've got your slide into the ocean. You've got a safe. You've got your personal attendant that'll bring you any of the food from the restaurant. So it kind of shows it a little bit more. There's a shower inside. So if you have an over-the-water cabana, you have full access to the infinity pool and the restaurant. We have beach cabanas in Cocoa Beach. And again, they can accommodate up to 8 people. So it just has some pretty decor. And again, you've got ice cold cooler, you've got full concierge service, you've got closets, power outlets, because we know that's important. You want to share your day at the beach with everybody. So there are all sorts of cabanas all throughout the island. And some cabanas are for 6 people, some can, hold up to 8. I've seen pricing from $2.99. Our over-the-water cabanas start at $9.99. But again, that's for 8 people. So if you don't want to do the cabanas, there are plenty of chairs with umbrellas and shade. But this is just another shot on one of our other areas. This is the complimentary beach, South Beach. We have cabanas there. We've got Harbor Beach. So there's lots of spaces to just have your beach day. And again, lots of umbrellas, shaded areas. I know that's important for me. If you want a locker, lockers are complimentary on the island. This is one of our South Beach complimentary beaches, and you can walk out. It's shallow enough. Walk out to the floating bar. The kids area, we have a little kids splashaway bay, and we have this great pirate ship. That's all complimentary for the little ones. It's just another shot of our buckets and sprinklers and water slides for the little kids. That's all free. And then we have Thrill Water Park, which is amazing. You've got this huge water slide complex. The tallest water slide is 135 feet tall, and that's the Daredevil's Peak. We have wave pools. We have zip lining. We have helium balloons. There's just a ton of things if you want to take that thrill experience up another level. This is one of my favorite spots. This is in the water park area, and this is the wave pool. And so every 10 minutes, it kind of slows down, and then the waves start. So it's great music, and all those umbrellas, that chair area, those are all included in your Thrill Water Park Pass. This is one of our adventure pools. So you kind of have these little leapfrog. It's almost like American Ninja Warrior. It's kind of like an athletic, kind of an adventure pool. And then this I've done, Splash Summit. It's kind of like a slingshot water slide where you can go on a raft with up to 2 or 3 of your friends. And then just a couple more slides. We have a lot of food options. Oh my gosh, amazing grill areas that are complimentary. The only area that isn't is Captain Jack's. And last year I was fortunate to go 3 times and never actually went to Captain Jack's because there were so many great food areas. They're all the food is made on the island. You've got a crispy chicken sandwich, beautiful, huge Greek salads with grilled chicken, a taco bar, soft serve ice cream. Really, the food is wonderful. And again, made fresh on the island. Captain Jack's will usually have a band, different arrangements of beers. And they do have great, I know where Buffalo is near and dear to us, and they do sell buffalo wings, so I haven't tested them yet. So I'm not sure how they stack up against ours. But just 2 more slides. So, our ships are award-winning, and we have a consistent product. And our crew, when we get back to cruising, they just cannot wait to host you and to give you these amazing experiences on board. And I do just want to, let you know that people are booking for next year. People are even booking into 2022. And there are folks that are looking at even November, fall sailings. So just to give you an idea, so we still have our, promotions. Right now we have 30% off. We have a kids sale free promo, and we strategically put a lot of dollars off instant savings, up to $200 off sales. And then AAA is my last slide. So a little bit about them. So they are our largest partner in all of North America. So you've got the Canadian AAA, and then you've got the North American AAA. And so every single ship, every single sailing, They do priority check-in. Every room gets a bottle of wine, or if you want to switch that out to bottled water, we can do that. And then we also do balconies and higher categories. Any ship, any sailing length, they'll get a specialty dining. So if you want to do the steakhouse or an Italian restaurant, AAA offers a specialty dining free for 2. And if you're booking a 7-day cruise in a balcony or higher category, in addition to your dining for 2 certificate, you'll get a specialty lunch certificate for 2. So lots of good things out there. And I just really am so touched that you are spending your afternoon with me and AAA and hearing about all the exciting things that are happening. And maybe if you've never cruised, gives you a little window to how we really position ourselves as a brand. So I know we're kind of went over a little bit. So Brian, I'll turn it over to you to see what questions have come through.
Great, Susan. Thank you. Great job. Beautiful pictures. And I got to tell you, I'm ready to go. And that perfect day at Coco Cay is certainly awaiting me for sure. I do have a question. Yep, there's a couple questions here. First one is, are the extra adventures like a zip line, Seaplex, and Ultimate Abyss included, or is there an extra charge for those?
Perfect question. So on board, if you were looking at, so you mentioned like the Seaplex, to go bumper cars, or to go roller skating, or to use the water slides, or the Abyss, that dry slide, laser tag, going to any of the shows, that's all complimentary. So, it's funny. It's like you in a way, when you start talking about, for me, it's my job. I talk about cruises every day, and you kind of forget, like, wow, like there's a lot of entertainment and activities there's no charge whatsoever. So that's on board the ship. Now, when you get to Perfect Day at Coco Cay, so again, it's almost like a sliding scale, if you will. But if you just wanted to do, the beaches get combed every morning. I mean, the island is pristine, and there's lifeguards at all the, in terms of like safety and security, there's all the pool and the beach areas. So to use the beach areas and the pool, there's no charge at all. If you are interested in doing the wave pool or to do the water slides, that is all encompassed in Thrill Water Park. So that entrance fee, again, an average price is about $65. School break week, it could be higher. Christmas, it could be higher. Within Thrill Water Park, so we have a helium balloon, and then we also have the zip line. The helium balloon and the zip line, those are an additional cost to the entrance fee to Thrill Water Park. So, I've seen a combined price of the water park and the zip line at like $124 per person. Same thing with the helium balloon. That usually runs you anywhere from $40 to $80. Again, there's such a range because it's all, supply, and just demand driven. So those higher prices are, again, on the peak dates of when school's out, holiday season. So to answer your question, the zip line and the balloon are an additional cost to the Thrill Water Park entrance cost. And then that usually ranges, like I said, starts at about $65 for that 8-hour Thrill Water Park pass. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Thank you. Another question is, we're dreaming and inspiring for travel down the road. But when are your ships planned at this point? And we know that could change, but when are the majority of the ships going to start to sail?
Oh, man. I don't know. Brian, do you have the magic, what do you call it?
Right?
Globe
I know, absolutely. The through the looking glass, yes. And very generalized, yeah.
Yeah. So we actually just had a conference call today with our executive vice president. And so as of today, on our website, we are still broadcasting that we are scheduled to start our cruising back up on June 12th. Now, with the exception of the Canada departures, like Canada, New England, Alaska,
right,
that is scheduled for July 1. And as we have seen, things can change and that can be tweaked. But as of today, that is still, we're holding true to that date of June 12th. And then, kind of stay put. I think the hardest part is knowing that everything is subject to change.
Of course.
It's very fluid. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So that's great. As I say, we've been on a pause right now. People are looking forward to getting out and about in, later summer, early fall, and of course, 2021. We have a lot of bookings. So people are thinking about it. You did a great presentation today. I really want to remind everybody about those special offers. They're great offers. The AAA additional bonus of $50 on a sailing up to 6 nights, 7 and more, $100 savings. But the good news is planning now, vacation is set, no worries. You get the best pricing and the best availability. So feel free to contact any of our travel consultants. They've all experienced Royal Caribbean, know the product inside and out, and we really want to help you get back in and do a great job at exploring the world. So Susan, thank you so much. We really appreciate it, and thank you for all our folks participating in the webcast today. Everyone have a great day. Stay safe and healthy.
Thank you.